So I'm going to show you my day 3 homework, and I'm going to start with just the flowchart. The basics of the assignment was to create was the creation of an API and the usage of it, but focused on focused of creation of the API itself. So land on the page, PHP pulls from the data, and then the PHP displays requested data. So that should actually be just PHP displays requested data. So I'm going to kind of show that to you now. And basically what's happening is I'm going to activity3.1.php, and I'm pulling in the user ID, the username, the profile photo for each user, and so forth. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Now let me go into the code and explain this a little further. First off, there's nothing quite impressive about just displaying raw data like this. It's not very impressive from a front-end perspective. It's just like, ugh, really? But there's a lot going on in the background that I wanted to illustrate, one of which is creating the actual API. So I have a user thing. So what this is actually doing is it's actually going into the database, and then it is connecting to it's preparing a query and going in using the PDO object, and then it is fetching all the results from that query string, which I'm displaying in result, and then I build those results into an XML file, and my XML file is actually called users.xml. And so what's happening is that I go into here, and for each in result for each user, display user, and then display user ID, display username, and display user profile. Now there's actually a lot more that I could do here. So if I wanted to show users XML. Actually, sorry, wrong page. I want users XML.xml. And then I'm going to get rid of that and hit enter. Now here's the actual raw data of that, and actually in the query string, sorry, there's more in the database, but I'm only pulling out these results: user ID, username, profile, photo from users. I could pull out things like password and whatever, but again, this is something that you would never necessarily just do this. This would be for another developer to use your API and pull information from your entries. So like if I were to use this from Evernote, I would then be able to use Evernote's API and get this information from them. This is not something that I would go out and display to a user. This would be something that I would use for the developer to then develop and create a more front-end user-friendly thing with this. I wouldn't use the API to build a better application. But again, it's creating the user's XML full file, which is right here, and then it's going in and outputting all the results here, which then appear as this activity. It displays it as this. So in a nutshell, that's it. Thanks. I hope you enjoy.